What is up, guys? It's the Sound Alchemist. I'm sitting here next to
Gersh1.
And today we're back. We're going to be answering your questions. And no, we do not have Ligma, but we do have Suck On. And this is another episode for the Greater
This is a video series where we answer the questions left by you, the viewer. If you have a question for us, simply comment down below. Put question in front of your question because we get to those questions first.
Do you know what Ligma is?
I don't know what any of that was.
You know what Ligma is?
Nope.
You can lick my balls.
Oh, is that a meme right now?
It's kind of dead now.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, it's cool because we got Suck On.
Suck on what?
Suck on these nuts.
So this question comes from Madara Yuchigamuzusuke.
God bless you.
What happens when a Chaos Cultist or a Chaos Space Marine who isn't affiliated with Nurgle, because he's not about that life, catches one of his gifts? Does he switch alliance? Is he protected from his own god or just die? Greetings from Austria and Hungary. Whatever. So no. If you get sick, that doesn't mean you're worshiping Nurgle, and not every illness is.
I mean, you can catch the plague that turns you into a zombie, but you don't have to be affiliated with Nurgle.
Yeah.
Because if that's the case, then you're saying that everybody who fell sick to the bubonic plague was praising Nurgle, but that's not the case.
Exactly. Yeah.
You could be a champion of corn, but if like a Nurgle worshiper like scratches you with their dirty plague knife, you're gonna get sick.
Yeah. And it's the same as a Zinchian demon shooting at a corn demon or any demon or any enemy shooting at you. That sickness is just the bullet, I guess you could say, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that answers that question. Next one.
This one's by Nader Potater. As a fellow orc player, would you like an Astra Militarum and Orc box to come out? And what do you think needs to be changed from the index to the codex for the orcs?
Yes, I would. Because I mean, why wouldn't you want orcs in anything? Orcs need new models. For the new codex, I don't want them to get rid of the jump. And I don't really play that much. We haven't played in a really long time, so I can't really think of like what we needed, what the orc players needed. Just weapons that deal. Well, no, because we have a lot of assault 2 and like big shooters. We're pretty good. As far as I can remember. So, yeah.
No changes whatsoever. You heard it first from Gersh1, who hasn't played in months.
Yeah. Next question.
This one is by Jay Stevens. Could the Lost Primarchs have left the Milky Way galaxy, cutting themselves off from the Emperor and the Imperium, and in doing so, founding their own race of humans, and therefore return of this new race as another enemy seeking to conquer in 50K? So yeah, I mean, as we all know, the two Lost Legions, they were kind of left for interpretation. So honestly, all these theories and opinions are just that, theories and opinions. So, I mean, yeah, it's possible. You could write the narrative to be something like that. Maybe they're using the Tyranids as a form of like scouts or whatnot to go in there, weaken the Imperium, weaken all the races. Once everything's been pretty much devoured or at least brought down to a suitable, conquerable state, then the Lost Primarchs could return with their conquered nations and fight the Emperor and all that jazz.
And pizzazz.
Or maybe not. Like I said, they're only theories and opinions. So.
Yeah. Next question comes from Michael Howell. Can Imperial saints like Celestine and the Legion of the Damned become corrupted by chaos? They probably cannot be corrupted by chaos.
Because they're so much so empowered by the Emperor.
Yeah, at this point they probably would just die. Yeah, next one.
Dudius Managast. You yourself said you are becoming sicker and sicker. Have you turned the Nurgle? And will he grant you demonhood?
Again, just because you're sick doesn't mean you're worshipping Nurgle. It just means that you're sick.
Right. He could have like a small grasp on you, but I mean, for us, he's gonna need like 3 hands to completely grasp us.
Yeah. Get that image out of your head. Next one.
Steve Verdugo. What is the weirdest experience you have had playing the tabletop game?
One time we were at a GW store, This is story time with Gersh. So
Time out. Who's Gersh?
Oh, sorry, Gersh 1. Oh. Sorry. Okay, so we were at this GW store, right? We were playing. You were actually there.
Was I?
Yeah. It was me and the Sound Alchemist and another friend. Or was that friend there? I can't remember. But anyways, there was a table behind us, and they were playing a very interesting game of, I think it was 40K. It was a girl and a guy, and the girl had a purple, or wait, was it Age of Sigmar? Anyways, the girl had do you remember? No. The girl had a purple army, and then the guy had a blue army. They had it primed, no details picked out, which I thought was kind of weird. And while they're playing, I'm guessing the girl was losing pretty bad, and the guy made a suggestion as to like how she should move her unit, and she freaked out, and she made a big deal, and like she yelled at the guy, and some other guy had to come and calm her down, and I
don't remember this at all.
An awkward situation. Yeah, it was just a really awkward situation, and then like everybody in the store was kind of like
standoffish.
Yeah, standoffish. Like, what's going on? The girl had to be walked to the front of the store and talk down, and then the other guy that she was playing with, he just started pacing back and forth, just waiting. And yeah, what's your weirdest tabletop story?
Oh, I think I've said this before, but I think this is still the weirdest one. This was probably back in 5th edition. I was at the gaming store, I think it was back when it was still at the mall. So I was just at a GW, just chilling, looking at everybody's miniatures, because I think there's like a tournament going on, because there's a lot of people, and I was just like looking, oh, that's a cool Space Wolf army, oh, that's a cool Imperium army, and then out of nowhere, the door opens, and like this like chick walks in, and like you literally see everybody just like turn, like it was like a collective stare, and it was just like, there's a girl here, what do we do?
Oh.
Yeah.
But was she like bad?
Yeah, she was like bad, like flames, like Slanesh walked through the door in that instant.
3 boobs and all.
Mm-hmm. No, but it was just one girl, like she was wearing a very revealing top, and like I think she was just in it to get those stares.
Win it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, yeah.
In it to win it.
If you know what winning was.
Oh, Slanesh knows.
Baby daddy. Next question comes from Bright Glory. Did you fix the warp tear, and what methods were used? No, we didn't fix the warp tear. If you actually saw, there's like two Greater Wall episodes back, there was actually a demon that came in, and he was messing around. So we just have to be on a constant vigil for warp spawns and bad things coming from the warp.
Word to your mother.
Next question.
Magos Biologus Nathan. If you were an assault marine, what close combat weaponry would you want to use? And what pistol?
Power Fist! Plasma pistol. Because I love the chances of me killing myself by shooting a plasma pistol.
Well, that's only if you supercharge it.
I would supercharge it every time. But I would hold it with my Power Fist. That way if it blows up, it's a Power Fist. I got protection.
Similar to it. Plasma pistol, but a power sword.
Power sword. I see you. Next question comes from John Vargas Feliz. The Space Marine can be in the Empire, and what technology they use? Can Space Marines be in the probably Tau Empire, and it got auto-corrected? And what technology can they use? Space Marines cannot be in the Tau Empire. That is heresy. They will be shot on sight. What do Guevesas use? They don't use suits, right? Battle suits are forbidden to be used by Guevesa?
I think they do it, but it's very rare.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they would use the same weapons as, or a human will use the same weapons as a Tau Fire Warrior. Next one.
Chris Nafta. 4th attempt. Why are you guys hating on Lorgar? Seriously. When all the other Primarchs were just being massive, throbbing tools for the Emperor, Lorgar basically said F you to the big E, and he started thinking for himself. He started the freaking Horus Heresy. He defeated Angrath the Unbound, the most favored of Khorne, in single mano-a-mano combat. His legion was one of the biggest and most successful during the end of the Crusade. Yeah, he got slapped in the hand by Robbie G, Old Man Terra, and then the Big E himself, but that only made him and his legion better. I mean, seriously, all the freaking short jokes just seem like envy. Respect the father of heresy.
If you for a second think that we're jealous of Lorgar, who's basically isolated himself in a tower, emo kidding it up, you best be on something. No, I still think Lorgar is a little bitch.
I actually like him. For the longest time, I didn't really like him. I didn't see the coolness of Lorgar. But after doing the 40 facts on him, which was like a 3-part series, he's pretty sweet. I always liked his model though. I never liked his like non-helmeted head, but like his model just looks pretty cool because he's just like standing on basically an alchemy circle. So.
Does he have the option of having a helmet?
No, but I think you could just put on like any other helmet. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, he stood up to Horus. He punked Horus. He's like, yo, let me talk to you in secret. And he like pushed him to the lockers. And he's like, yo, word to your mother.
Next question comes from Devin VT1. Could the Gene Stealer call infiltrate something robotic like an AdMech or the AdMech? That's a good question. I don't think so. So they would infiltrate like a Forge world by passing off as like menials or servants. So that's how the latest Kill Team lore puts it. Like they lived underneath everything.
Right.
Yeah. Last question. You got one?
I got one. Bunny Hop. What would you guys do if you lost your entire 40K collection?
I've thought about that before. Like a lot. Cry. That's all you can do.
Really? I mean, what can you do? Just be like, oh well, on to the next. Because you put blood, sweat, tears, paint, primer, glue, all those times you've cut yourself.
And it's a possibility. Somebody robbing the house, so the house burning down.
Yeah. You get hit in the back of the head while playing 40K, and they just take your army and dip.
Oh, like at a store?
Anywhere.
Yeah. I've never had we've never heard of anybody stealing.
No, I've never heard of anybody getting robbed for 40K.
No.
Although, somebody did say in the comments, this was probably like a year back, that they had brought their army with them to play, and they left it in the car where they went to go eat or something, and when they came in, their windows were smashed.
Oh, I thought you were going to take it a different way. I thought you said like the models would have been melted.
Oh, it must be like Arizona or something.
Yeah. But yeah, you know what's funny too? The mini wargaming, I remember they were talking about, Matt was talking about how he has insured, because of course it's a business, it's their livelihood, but they insured everything. So if everything were to go missing for them, insurance covers it.
But I mean, have you seen their whole armies? They got like freaking like a whole room. They could fill the whole room up with their armies.
Yeah, as long as they have it like well documented and stored. If the whole army disappears, they can go through the insurance.
But I mean, that's gonna take time to like rebuild, though.
Oh yeah. They would still be devastated in terms of like their armies being gone, but
right.
They're not. They wouldn't be like us. We're like, if our stuff goes away, it sucks.
Yeah. But even then, because like you have emotional attachments. Like imagine if you lost your Deafy.
Yeah, that would suck. But yep, those were the questions for today. Thank you for sending them our way.
And of course, if you got more questions, don't forget to put question before your question, because we get those questions first. And keep them coming.
This is Gersh1.
Sound Alchemist, and we are out of here.
Always used to put my freedom first in any situation.